Hi everyone, Mr. Walker here. Welcome to 8.04 multiplying and dividing fractions. As always, we need to do our retrieval practice first. Give yourself 6 to 10 minutes. I'll show the questions, work through them in that time, 10 minutes max, and then we'll look at the answers. Here are your questions for A to F. Some of them you may know quite well, some of them we'll still be working on. Some of the stuff we have not covered yet, but do give yourself time and use the 10 minutes wisely. If you are stuck on one, obviously the obvious thing to do is move on. Give it a good go and wait for the answers. There are the answers. We want to be aiming always to obviously get full marks, 6 if we can, but we want to be getting no less than 4, and we want to be pushing for 5 definitely as much as we can on our retrieval practice questions. Well done if you did this. Don't be disheartened if you didn't quite get to 4 today or 5. We just keep working. There's some skills here that you've done in class, and there's some skills that we come to, topics that we still need to get to. We're doing them all the time, and we keep getting better, which is the whole point. Okay, the contents here. Have a quick look through these. Pause the video, and we'll be looking at equivalent fractions and fractions integers for today. Okay, the learning objective. Make sure we get this down properly. Be able to understand and use equivalent fractions. Use good grammar. Make sure it's underlined, please, everybody. The success criteria. Looking to identify the multiplier of equivalent fractions, and we want to show how to arrange equivalent fractions through multipliers. So very simple stuff for fractions, equivalent fractions. This. You are flying when applying missing values for equivalent fractions. So again, we're just giving an extra challenge and deepening our understanding for the equivalent fractions. And even further into that, we're flying when we provide evidence of integer knowledge to just show and explain independently yourself. Let's have a look at the first I do here, and we're being asked to identify the multiplier to show that both fractions are equivalent. We must now find a multiplier for both the top of the fractions and the bottom of the fraction that is the same. Well, how do we get from 2 to 10? Well, we must times by 5 here. And we need to make sure that that also works the bottom. 7 times 5, does it equals 35? Yes, it does. And our multiplier would be 5 times in 5 for that I do. Okay, now it's your turn on the we do. Can you find a multiplier which shows that these are equivalent fractions? Give it a go. So this is a relatively easier one to do again for good practice. How many 3's go into 9? Well, that's going to be 3. And then just check the denominator as well. How many 7's in 21? That's 3. Perfect. Back to the I do. So I can see again that we are looking for a multiplier, and we already did 2 and 10 on the last one. So that tells me it's 5. Just check that how many 9's going to 45. Yep, that's 5 again, so that's all good. Your turn on the we do. Pause the video, give it a go. This time we need to know how many 3's go into 21. Well, that would be 7. And then we need to check how many 7's there are in 49. Well, we know 7 times 7 is 7 squared is 49, so we're all good again. Okay, same task. How many 2's into 18? Well, I know that's 9. How many 5's in 45? Yeah, that's 9. Okay, pause the video and have a go at the we do. Nice and easy one here. 1 in 7, that's 7 times. 7 into 49, 7 times. I do. How many 1s into 8? Well, that's 8. Nice and easy. How many 9s are 72? Let's double check that. Is that also 8? Yes, it is. Sorry about that, mate. It's terrible. We do. Pause the video, give it a go. How many 2s in 14? That's 7. How many 7s in 49? 7 again. We're all good there. You should be getting the gist of this now, so give all these examples a go yourself, and when you're ready, move on. Pause the video, and then when you're ready, move on. And here's another example to give a go at. Make sure you pause the video and give this a go. Let's just have a quick look here, our success criteria. So we check in. So we've started looking at some examples. You're self-assessing with the we do's. Identify the multiplier of equivalent fractions. Well, we've started to identify those now, and we know how we can do that with in simple ways using our multiplications. Okay, here's your first independent practice. It's asking you to identify the multiplier for each pair of equivalent fractions. So everything that we've just been looking at. So pause the video, give these a go, and hopefully you will get full marks. We want to be getting, let's say, no less than 2 or 3 wrong here, guys. There's your answers. So pick up your different coloured pen, preferably green as we do, and mark away. This time you're being asked to arrange the following numbers to form 2 equivalent fractions. So slightly more challenging. So pause the video, give it a go. And on question 3, you're being asked to do the same thing again, but with some different numbers. Pause the video and give this one a go too. Here are your answers for the 2 previous questions. So there was 2 ways you could use the set of 4 cards, and also the same on question 3. The first and easy one that I spotted straight away myself is 1/2. How many 1s are in 9? Well, that's 9. And how many 2s are in 18? That's also 9. So then that's our multiplier. And then a different example here too. And making sure here, guys, that you get your correct multipliers. So on this top one we can see here this is 6, and on this one here we can see that is 3. So it's just basically swaps the numbers around slightly with opposite multipliers. So the question's asking us, are the following fractions equivalent? So we're probably going to be looking for errors now. Sorry about that terrible line there. So we need to remember as well that when we're looking at these two sets of fractions here, we always need to remember that equivalent means are they equal. So if we was presented with only the 14/70 fraction, we would then look to simplify that down to something that is equal to, and to get it in its simplest form. And here we have 2/10. What else goes into 2/10 to make it simpler? That isn't the focus right now, but just to get you thinking, we need to always remember that we're equivalent means that they're equal. Okay. Now quickly, are they? Well, yes, we've just talked about that, so I'm just going to put yes, Y for yes there. Okay, the we do. Pause the video, have a go. Are the following equivalent? Yes, well done if you got that. Okay, I do. Well, 2 into 6, that goes 3 times. 10 into 30 goes 3 times. So yes, it is. That's a multiplier with 3. Okay, the we do. Pause the video and give it a go. Okay, how many times does 3 go into 21? Well, that's 7 times. Does 7 go into 49? 7 times. Yes, so that's the multiplier. So this one is yes. Okay, so we went through a couple of their examples. Relatively easy again, identifying the multiplier. I want you to give all 4 a go yourself, please. 2 into 6, does it go? 3 times, 9, 27, yeah, that is a yes. So multiplier of 3. We do here, 3 into 12, well, that goes 4 times. Does 7 go into 24? 8 4 times. Yes, it does. So they're equivalent. 2 into 6, that goes 3 times. 9 into 36 goes 4 times. So this one would be no. It's not equivalent. And we do 3 into 12 4 times. 7 into 35, that goes 5 times. So again, this one is a no. Well done if you got them right. Looking at some more. Pause the video, give all these a go again. This would be yes. This would be yes. This would be no. This would be no. Two more to have a go ourselves. Pause the video, give them a go. Okay, first set of questions. Are these fractions equivalent? Asking you to place the correct sign between the two fractions. Okay, so we've got equal here. And what does this one mean? What does this one mean? Okay, what I want you to do here, if you're not sure, I want you to go and do a little bit of independent research and find out what this one means with a line through, and then answer the questions. Here are your answers. Well done if you got them all right. Don't want to be getting more than 2 wrong if we can, but if you did, don't worry. We keep practicing and we always keep getting better. More practice with our equivalent fractions. This time we want to find the missing value. It's presented us with the simplified fraction, and we need to find this denominator on the right here. Well, if we need to look at the numerator first. So how many times does 2 go into 14? Well, we know that's 7. So that must mean we need to times 10 by 7 because we need the same multiplier. So that is going to give us the missing value of 70. Pause the video, give the WeDo a go. This time, well, they were looking at the denominator to find out the numerator on the top right. So 7 into 21 goes 3 times. What's 4 times 3? That's 12. On the I do here, well, if we look up above, we can see we already got to 70 before from 10. So that tells us that this one's nice and easy. It's going to be 14. So again, with a multiplier of 7. Pause the video, have a go at the WeDo. We've been given the numerators again. 4 into 16, that goes 4 times. What's 4 times 7? Well, that's 28. So we end up with 16 over 28. Okay, so again, relatively easy task as we went through some examples. Pause the video, give these a go. So first we've got 10. Then we've got 16. Okay, here we've got 2 into 70. Well, how many times does 2 go into 20? Well, that's 10. How many times does it go into 40? That's 20. How many times does it go into 60? That's 30. How many times does it go into 70? That's 35. So now we need to work out what's 35 times by 10. Well, we just add our 0 on the end of that, 350. Missing value on this one, 4 into 28 goes 7 times. 7 ones is going to be 7. So it's 7 over 28, the multiplier of 7. Some more to practice with. Pause the video, give them a go. 7 into 70 goes 10. 10 times by 10 is 100. Missing value. Okay, 14 into 28, well that's half, so that's times by 2. So we must do the same to the numerators here. 3 times 2 equals 6 is the missing value. Missing value here, 7 into 70, 10 is 10 times. 11 times 10 is going to be 110. 5 into 20, that goes 4 times. So we need to divide 28 by 4 here because that with the multiplier is 4. And what's 4 into 28? That is 7. So it's 5 over 7 on the missing value. Well done if you got all those. Okay, another set of questions to have a go at. Fill the missing blanks for each pair, what we've just been working on. Best of luck. Here are the answers. Well done. If you got most of them right, keep aiming for no more than 2 wrong, and we keep progressing if that does happen. Well done, guys. So on to step 2 here, fractions as integers. So we know integers mean a whole number. Okay. So the first thing here I need to think, well, if it's a whole number I'm looking for, I need to remember that a fraction means that line in the middle there means to divide. So it's asking me to 7 divided by 1. And that's going to give me 7, which is my whole number integer. Try the we do. So if you end up with 111 because you did 111 divided by 1, then perfect. You got the answer right. Well done. This time we're being asked to simplify, which is pretty much what we did to get to our whole number on the last go. So this time we've got 7 over 7. Well, 7 divided by 7 itself is just going to give us 1. And have a go at the we do. And again, nice and easy, this will give us 1. Let's just check in with our success criteria. We've looked previously to show how to arrange equivalent fractions through multipliers, through missing values, etc. And we also applied missing values ourselves. And now we're just looking at understanding integer knowledge, which we just spoke about briefly. And can we go on to show that in our answers, and could we explain that independently? Here's some independent practice. So read the questions carefully, and best of luck with getting the answers. Pause the video and have a go at them all. Okay, here are the answers. So on the first, you've got 4 equals 4 over 1, 8 over 2, 12 over 3, 16 over 4, etc. Same pattern with 7 going up. So just multiplying 2 times 7, 3 times 7. And again, this integer 12 as a whole number. This is how it can again be written in the fraction form. And well done if you got the answers here at the bottom correct when rewriting them. Okay, I think these are the last 2 tasks. Fill in the blanks. We've done lots of filling in blanks, so we should be really good at this now. So what will equal 3 here? As an integer whole number, what fraction? Pause the video, make sure you give these a good go. Okay guys, there are your answers. Make sure you're using the green pen as much as possible. Okay, so back to the learn objective. Was we able to understand and use equivalent fractions? That was the meaning of today. I want you to look at these questions here and self-reflect 1, 2 and 3. and making sure you write some answers down, get them on the document you're working on, and make sure you're giving yourself some feedback on how you've done today and reflect. Well done, and thank you for your time again.